customers and lab sprats.
Ah, das sind die beiden also. Guten Tag.
New business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Oh mein Gott.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Nein, du hast ein Meeting mit mir.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
Bitte, ich habe mich selbst geschickt. Ich gehe dorthin, wo es mir beliebt.
Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Hey, es könnte immer noch beides sein. Ich fürchte nicht, aber... Was ist das denn hier?
Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Kollege, ich wollte über was ganz anderes sprechen. Was genau hoffst du zu erreichen? Ich habe was anderes zu tun.
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
Ach, so ist das.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Ach so.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
And a Mantisaur problem, and a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge.
Aha.
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to
Ein
become one
Bolt
of the
für alle
most
Fälle.
productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Sag mal, was? Woher habe ich dieses Modul? Habe ich jetzt irgendwas über... Habe ich irgendwas... Hä?
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be
Wo habe ich
ticked.
das Ding her?
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation. And the bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemption section.
For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Ach so, okay. Naja gut, hört sich eher nach einem Briefbeschwerer an.
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea, it's definitely a firm middle finger.
Das unterschreibe ich so.
That's what I like to hear. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Those bastards. Leave us to our perils, then come back just to reap what they can.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Okay.
Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it?
Weiß ich nicht.
Of course. I didn't mean to make assumptions. Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That
Ja, ist ja gut. Gut.
I knew you were the right person.
Ja, alles klar. Leck mich doch jetzt. Ach so, genau das wollte ich hier doch quatschen.
But that's terrible. What happened? I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
Ich war andersweitig beschäftigt, aber ich hätte mich schon um sie gekümmert irgendwann.
It really was on my to-do list. Still,
Ganz
your
unten.
intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Alles klar.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Das war eine Glanzleistung. Der Typ ist ein Depp von Weltklasse.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Hier.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Gefahrenklausel. Was ist die Gefahrenklausel?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Eile mit Weile.
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Aha, also. Wusste ich doch, dass der mal Terra 1 hieß. So, okay.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. That's also what I thought. Oh, we were young and bold then. We saw the chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI.
Bla 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 bla.
Very well.
Gut. Gefahrenklausel.
Straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Ah.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous. For the greater good. Allegedly.
Alles klar.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Na gut. Das kriegen wir schon
What can I
hin.
do for you?
Grad nix. So, und du jetzt hier.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna
Das
and
hast du aber
Halcyon.
schön auswendig gelernt.
What can I do for you today?
Grimm hat mich gebeten.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
Ach ja, zu der müssen wir
But
sowieso.
I'll warn you, Grimm wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Ja.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Warum?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Wofür?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Ach, jetzt verstehe ich.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Alles klar. Das machen wir doch. So ist nicht immer lustig. Immer schön.
As a purely hypothetical thought exercise, if I were to boil leather in manti blood,
So, wo ist der denn? Nee, das ist er nicht.
Recommended
Vor allem jetzt dieser
glycine
Sebastian.
service for fabric type, incineration.
Hör mal.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good
Gut.
hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Pass mal auf.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Würdest du mit... Sie mag dich.
Nice of you to say. I like her too. And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up.
Hä? Sie will dir nur verklickern, dass sie... Ach so, hier. Wenn ihr so viel gemein habt, solltet du mit ihr auf ein Date gehen. Das ist so oder so oder so oder so oder so.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I
Ist ihr
understand.
bescheuert?
But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit. On account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues.
Okay. Okay, sie will keinen Rabatt. Überzeugen. Sie wird dich nicht nach einem Rabatt fragen.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Alles klar. Pass auf.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
Ja, eher zweiteres, aber... Hör mal, das ist deine Chance. Genieße es und unterfrag es nicht. Er mag dich, solange du ihn nicht nach um Rabatte bittest.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Na klar.
Unit's air purity sensors are indicating a lethal level of inebriation emanating from...
So, und jetzt Tagebuch. Fehlerfrei? Achso, das ist das. Schrott sammeln. Das können wir jetzt auch endlich machen. Aber ich glaube, wir müssen mal hier mit Velma quatschen. Das mache ich jetzt eben noch und danach machen wir eben eine Pause.
Reminder. Please dispose of all empty bottles in the appropriate waste receptacle, as outlined by ordinance.
So.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right?
Die sieht hier
She's
aus.
welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Immer mit der Ruhe.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Reden, warte mal.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Wieso kannst du ihm nicht einfach eine Gehaltserhöhung geben?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
Ach ja.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Okay. So
For
was.
running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Okay.
Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home, near the diner.
Was? Okay, ich will die jetzt nicht hier erpressen. Wie sieht's denn hier aus?
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell.
Oh.
That about cover it?
Wer ist Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way.
Ach so.
Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
Okay.
Damn right it is.
Alles klar, gut, das verstehe ich.
No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
Okay.
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Ach so. Ja, dann.
Fine by me.
Wir kommen noch mal auf
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Okay.
I would if I weren't busy here picking up his slack. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Ich würde sagen, wir machen das erstmal. Den Braxton und danach können wir dir nochmal zur Rede stellen hier wegen Caleb. Ich will da jetzt nicht direkt reingrätschen. Achso, wo ist der E-Büro? Ich würde gerne das Poster stehlen. Wo ist denn Ihr Büro? Hier oben vermutlich. Ah ja. Was habe ich denn da geholt? Ungeziefer. Ich guck mal hier ins Terminal. Aha. Rechtsunterlagen sind gespickt mit Zuchttabellen für Saltuna, verschiedene pharmakologische Stadien. Okay. Wenn man persönlich Unterlagen seinen Sumpf aus Lieferverträgen, Bestellen, Tabellen, Finanzübersichten. Sehr sichtlich, dass die letzten Jahre Stück für Stück Geld aus ihrem Verwaltungsbudget. Ach, guck mal. Aha. Sie hat es also tatsächlich getan. Die Fische sehen ungesund aus. Okay. Pass auf, ich stelle die mal da unten ab.
Heading back. Unit is in motion.
So. Wieso habe ich nur 40? Wieso habe ich denn jetzt nur 40? 59 steht da. Hä? Sam plus 14. Scheiße, ich komme da nicht hier ran. Warte, ich bin aufgestiegen. Charakter. Fertigkeiten. Ja, möchte ich die jetzt nach oben machen? Vorteile. Oh, hier wieder ein Vorteilspunkt. Dialogfertigkeiten. Ah. So.
Hell of a job.
So, wo ist das Poster? Signiertes Wurfballposter. Da haben wir es. So. Aua. Pass auf.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
It's bad in your spirits, Velma.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
Ja, pass auf. Also, Folgendes.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again? If Caleb wants to keep this job?
Ja.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show? I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Nö, das lassen wir erstmal. Oder hier.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it...
Okay.
And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna. Fat and mostly tumor-free.
Okay. Gut, 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 gut. Soweit, so gut. Dann haben wir jetzt ja hier soweit alles abgefrühstückt. Ich guck noch mal eben, wo dieser Typ war. Wo war denn der? Hier hinten, dem gebe ich mal eben das Poster.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet?
Ja,
I
Mann.
keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature.
Und wie sieht's mit Kohle
I
aus?
can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Okay. 600 Bits, naja. Was hat er uns jetzt gegeben? Oh, wow. So, dann haben wir das gemacht. Okay, ich muss den Typen wieder zur Arbeit zurückkriegen. Wo war der denn nochmal?
Can you do anything
Sam's new diet soap capsules pack twice the cleaning power and half the calories.
Wo waren die Typen denn
Order a
nochmal?
5,000 caps carton for this unit today.
I'll take that other.
In irgendeiner Bar? Scheiße, wo war das? Wo war das? Hier, hier, klar. Im Yachtclub. So.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
Hast du schon mal gesagt.
Got an update for us? We can't afford to sit this out for too much longer. Know what I mean? How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord.
Tja.
As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Alles klar. So, jetzt sind wir schon 19. Sehr schön. Und wir haben wieder neue Fertigkeitspunkte und diesmal vergeben wir sie hier und da. Würde ich sagen. Inspiration, Entschlossenheit könnte ich natürlich auch machen. Begleiterbonus für Spielerfertigkeiten 100%. Ja, da könnten wir auch mal als nächstes uns drum kümmern. Okay. So, was haben wir jetzt hier tagebuchmäßig? Ach, das müssen wir noch machen. Geheimes Kämmerlein. Wo ist er denn? Ja, da gucke ich aber, glaube ich, später rein. Ich muss jetzt mal eben hier Cut machen. Hä?
You again! You've really got to stop doing that! Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Was? Medizin. Du stehst unter Drogen.
No! Okay, maybe. Just a little... Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside, you know? Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Okay.
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to.
Der hilft Leuten?
Don't get your hopes up.
Welches Haus soll ich jetzt durchsuchen? Oh, ein anderes Haus, okay. Okay, ich soll raus. Na gut. Wir machen das beim nächsten Mal. Ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall wie immer fürs Zusehen und sage bis gleich nach dem Schnitt oder in der nächsten Folge. Tschüss, gehabt dich wohl.